What's up everybody, this is Mike B coming at you for Campfire Guitar Star. Today we're going to be rocking a blues lesson. Now this lesson is going to start off in beginner land, and then we're going to move to intermediate land, and at the end we're even going to sprinkle in just a couple advanced techniques. We're going to start things off way back in 1959 with a little bit of Howlin Wolf. After we get that down, we're going to jump into Cold Shot by Stevie Vaughan. Now here's the cool part. These two songs are almost identical, the exact same riff, and Stevie Vaughan of course just adds a few little right hand tricks in there, but I really like comparing these two songs because it's really the same song and you can really see how the blues has evolved but still stayed totally true to its original form. Make sure you guys download the tabs for this lesson. They are down in the description so you can follow along. It's always a little bit easier to read things on tab than to just listen to someone explain them. So let me show you guys the first one. This is going to be the beginner section of the lesson. This is going to be No Place to Go by Howlin Wolf. This is the entire song right here. It's one riff. It's almost like this hypnotic, repetitive drone. It's not exactly a drone, but it almost feels like a drone in a way that almost like puts you into a trance while there's just, Howlin Wolf just howling away over the top of it. It's just an excellent song. And like I said, this is the beginner section of the lesson because this riff is super easy, and doing stuff like this is amazing for your timing because it won't take you long to learn this riff. Once you've got it down, put on No Place to Go by Howlin Wolf on YouTube or whatever, and just start playing along immediately. If you play through the entire song along with the track, just as good as playing with a metronome, but you're actually getting to play with a real blues band. So all we're gonna need for No Place to Go is just one finger, just our very first finger. It's gonna be in the key of E minor pentatonic, and we're gonna start on E. So we're gonna start on this E right here. Now, this is going to be the second fret of the D string with my first finger. So get that there, and I'm just going to pick it once with a downstroke. Make sure you listen or pay attention to my right hand instructions here because I have some very specific directions I want you to pick these in. So you start off with a downstroke on the second fret of the D. So let's hit that. Boom. After that, we're going to go to the open D string. And then we just come right back to the second fret. So that's the first part of it right there. Super easy, just 2, 0, 2 on the D string. So let's do that again. And again. One more time. Excellent. So let's learn the second part of that riff now. So after we go 2, 0, 2 on the D string, we're going to jump one string towards the floor. We're going to go to the G string, exact same fret, second fret. Same finger. Notice my first finger is just doing all the work here today. So I've got second on the G, and then after that, I'm going to play the G string opened. And that's where your upstroke comes in. So all the hits so far have been downstrokes, but I want that last open G to be your upstroke. So it would be, let's do just the G string here. 2 on the G with a down, and then upstroke on the open. Let's do that again. So down, up, down, up, down, up. So let's put the whole thing together. So one thing you want to be careful of with this one is when you repeat it, that open G is really quick. It goes right back to the first note because like I said, this is the entire song. It just repeats. So we should go 2, 0, D, right back to the D string. It's like open G and then right back to the very first note. That quick. So let's do it a couple more times together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. So now one thing that you can hear the guitarist do sometimes in the band is actually, instead of just going on the G string 2-0, he'll actually bar his first finger over the G string and the B string as well. Second fret, so just kind of flatten your first finger over the 2. You don't want to go like this, just adding an extra finger, and what's the point? It just makes it a little bit harder. So just bar your first finger over there. And try to not get the high E string in there as well, but if the high E string rings through, no big deal. It's better to accidentally hit the high E string than to like really, make a fuss about making sure it's muted and then kind of sacrificing the rest of the chord. So if the high E string hits there, no worries. So we've got on the G and B, second fret barred. After that, we go back to the open G, right? But in this case, we're actually gonna do the B string and the G string open. And remember, that was our upstroke. So the last part is, so let's add that in there. So the whole thing now would sound like 3, 4. So I personally like the sound of that a little bit better than just doing the. But it's good to have both in your back pocket, because when you listen to the recording of this song, you definitely hear the guitarist do both at different times in the song. It's nice to kind of have two ways to do the riff, because then when you're improvising along, you can sort of change it up if you want, and you can sort of make it fit the band a little bit better, or fit whatever's happening with the rest of the band. So let's do the whole thing a couple more times here at around full speed. So full speed about ding, 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 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice. So play along with me, rewind the video if you need to, and just kind of play along with me doing that a few times. And as well, yeah, put on the song, like on YouTube, Spotify, whatever, and just start playing along with it. It's such a good rhythm drill to get this stuff down. The blues has, a really specific, cool rhythm to it. So if you get a riff like this down, and just get it down with the song, it's gonna do tons for your rhythm. So now, let's look at what Stevie Ray Vaughan did with that riff. So first off, Stevie changed the key and slowed it down. So instead of being in the key of E, like that one is, because that's just directly out of my E minor pentatonic scale. If you're familiar with that one, it looks like this. It's just literally derived right from E minor pentatonic scale. So Stevie changes it to A minor first. So let's do that much first. Let's move this to A minor. By the way, this is when we're kind of getting into intermediate land. So we go to A minor pentatonic. That's gonna start on the 5th fret. So first off, let's just play our A minor pentatonic scale. So it's gonna look like this. We've got 5, then pinky on 8, then 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 8, 5, 8. So if we go back to the original riff here, that started on the 2nd note of the D string of the minor pentatonic, right? 2nd note of the D. So let's go to the 2nd note of the D in A minor pentatonic. So that's my starting point for Cold Shot. So check it out here. I'm gonna get you to use your 3rd finger on this one. We're gonna incorporate a couple more fingers. So we're gonna have 7 right there on the D string with our 3rd finger. After that, because we went 2, 0, 2, we're gonna go 7, 5, 7. All right, so that's the first part of the riff. And then we're gonna jump over to the G string just like before, and we're gonna go 7, 5. So let's just forget exactly what cold shot sounds like for a second, and let's just play No Place to Go in the key of A. So it'll just be. And don't forget that right hand pattern we were talking about. That's still super important. You want to go down, 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 up. So the very last note, that 5th fret on the G string, that's always your upstroke. All right, so getting kind of a little bit closer to cold shot here, but let's take it even one step closer. So now, remember how before we were doing those chords sometimes? Well, Stevie does those chords every single time in A minor. He never goes just, he always goes. So check it out, we got. And then my 3rd finger bars over the 7th fret of G and B. And I go, da. And that's my 1st finger barring over the 5th fret of G and B. You already kind of hear cold shot if you're familiar with the song. So we put that together, we have. So that's pretty much cold shot right there. So that's the intermediate sort of version. And to actually get the full version that Stevie Ray Vaughan himself is playing, we're gonna have to add in one more thing. And this is when we kind of get to advanced land. So if you can't get this last part, that's totally okay. Just try your best with it. Don't let it frustrate you too much though. Just, yeah, like I said, try your best. And if you can't get it now, that's all good. If you're into the blues, you're definitely gonna see this technique again. So if you don't get it down right now, you can take another stab at it another time when you see it in another song, which you definitely will. So check this out. What Stevie does here to really make Howlin Wolf song his own is he adds in some open high E and B strings there. And then if I just add those between every single note, I get this. Adds so much. I'm just adding this little. If you do it slow, it sounds just awful. That's why I find this technique is so hard to learn, because when you first take a stab at it, it just sounds horrible. Even though you're technically doing it right, it sounds just awful. So what you want to really do is just kind of, when you master it, what ends up happening is the notes, like that part you're going to play louder, and the little, those guys you're going to play softer, so you accent the real notes. And then it just sounds like intentional sloppy playing, not just sloppy playing from lack of practice, because there is sloppy playing that you want to use in the blues intentionally. By the way, I talk about this way more in Blues Guitar Star, in Campfire Guitar Star. Check that chorus out. This is a great piece, or a great lesson that's just going to sit right in with those two. Like, we talk a lot about some other intentional sloppy playing, so I definitely recommend checking out Blues Guitar Star if you really want to up your blues game. But let's really get into the technique behind what's going on here. So we got downstroke, just like before, 7th fret of the D, and now my pick is going to go to the top 2 strings, or the top 3, doesn't really matter, and you're just going to do a little upstroke. So we're doing all downs, right? Down, 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 up. So when you go down to another down, your pick has got to get back up somehow, right? So you might as well just let it just go across those couple high strings between every time, right? So I'm not just down, 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 just let it go through and just. So we do it between all the notes on the D string, or sorry, after all the notes on the D strings. We got 7, open, 5, open, 7, open. We're not gonna change this part at all. That stays exactly the same. It's just after the D string note. So we got. if I speed that up a little bit here, all that just from I just love that, how music evolves, but it always kind of stays true to itself. We're still playing the same notes. We just almost add like some more like modern attitude to it, and some more like guitar attitude in there, but it's really the same song. I just love this kind of stuff. And once you get this technique of adding in those little upstrokes, it can be really beneficial for your soloing as well. Like, right? You can really just kind of add like a lot to your blues playing, especially if you want to get into that Texas blues style. This is a great technique to have, just these intentional sloppy upstrokes. Make sure you download the PDF, the tabs, which again, you can find those in the description of this video. Well guys, I really hope you enjoyed today's lesson where we looked at how the blues evolved from Howlin Wolf to Stevie Ray Vaughan. And by the way, that's not the end of it right there. Like, the blues does keep evolving after that. So I would highly recommend, just exploring some more modern blues music as well, getting into a few guys like Gary Clark Jr. and look at what they're doing as well to keep evolving the blues. Just make sure you download the tabs for this lesson. Again, you can find them in the description. Way easier to follow this stuff along when you have actual tabs in front of you. Also, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, share this video. I'd highly recommend subscribing to our channel because we're producing tons of guitar content, 2 videos a week. So you want to stay up to date on everything we're doing. If you want to improve your guitar playing, we're going to be doing a lot of blues right now. So especially if you're a blues guitar player, you definitely want to keep in touch with us. And we'd love to keep in touch with you too and keep you updated with what's going on in Campfire Guitar Star. Because like I said, we're producing tons of free content for you guys right now. So one more thing I'd like to talk to you guys about is our 5-minute guitar course. So you can find links in the description of this video to sign up for that course for free and check it out. You can also get this free book right here. All we ask is that you cover the shipping costs, and you'll get this book shipped to your door totally for free. And if you register for 5-minute guitar, that is the compatible video course that goes with this book. So pretty much for free, you're gonna be getting a book and a video course. So I would definitely recommend checking that out. Again, in the description of this video, you can find links to get that stuff for yourself. And also guys, how you're seeing me now, we can connect like this one-on-one for lessons wherever you are in the world. In-person guitar lessons are almost a thing of the past. Nowadays, it's all online. I don't have any in-person students anymore. Everybody I teach is online. I teach people all over the world, and it's an amazing system. I'm just totally into it. I would definitely recommend it, guys. Again, check out in the description of this video. You can find a little bit more information on that, but I would love to connect with you for a one-on-one lesson where I can actually see what you're doing and show you cool blues stuff, rock stuff, anything you want to do. And also keep in mind, we do have a lot more video courses. We've got a blues guitar course, we've got a lead guitar course, an acoustic guitar course, songs of the 1960s song course. Again, there's gonna be more information on this in the description of this video. But check out our website, campfireguitarstar.rocks. We've got all sorts of great content for the members on that website. Well guys, that's about it for me. I hope you enjoyed the lesson. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next one.